I had another podcast. I had another podcast recorded and ready to go, but today I thought I'd do something different. I'll tell you more about it today on Tofer's Take. So, as I'm sure most of you guys have heard by now, Stan Lee passed away, and he was the creator of so many good comic books, and I'm sure we all have our favorite Stan Lee character. Heck, we could probably name a couple, that we liked, and I thought I would do a little bit of a tribute to him tonight, and just kind of, he was a storyteller. And he did that, through comics, but we all have those characters that we can relate to, that we can identify with. And Stan Lee, man, he wrote a lot of them, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you guys. But there's one character that stands out, for me. And it's probably not who you think it is, and, everybody's all like, probably thinking, Stan Lee's synonymous with Spider Man, and yeah, I like Spider Man, but I'm not going to really talk about him tonight. I'm going to talk about Ben Grimm, otherwise known as The Thing. You see, Stan Lee created that character, and he's kind of had an impact on my life. On the way I think about stuff. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory on him. And if you're not familiar, Ben Grimm was on a space mission and with, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and Johnny Storm, where they got exposed to cosmic rays and became the Fantastic Four. You see, what I've always liked about Ben is even in the setup, the Fantastic Four. He was the odd man out, if you will. I mean, Johnny and Sue were brother and sister. And then Reed, later hooked up, with Sue and they became married. But you see, Ben isn't family with them. And yeah, they treat him like family, but he's not family. Yeah, he's the best friend of them, of, Reed Richards and all that, but he's not family. He was an outsider, if you will. And to play into that a little, I don't know if this was Stan Lee's intent or not, but if you look at the Fantastic Four, okay? Johnny Storm could change into the Human Torch. Susan Storm or Susan Richards, could become invisible or create invisible force fields. Mr. Fantastic could stretch and, change the shape of his body. And Ben Grimm became the Thing, a orange rock-like creature. But you see, the first three, they could always go back, if you will. Johnny wasn't stuck in the body of the Human Torch. He could revert to being Johnny Storm. Sue Storm could be invisible, she could not be invisible, Reed Richards could change the shape of his body, but he could always revert to looking like Reed Richards. The Thing was always this orange, rock like monster. which in my mind kind of, oh, made him even more of an outsider. And because he couldn't revert, he couldn't go back, to looking human. And if you look at the other superheroes, like even Incredible Hulk, can go back to being Bruce Banner. Tony Stark, he's not always Iron Man, but Ben Grimm is always the Thing. Now I know some of you guys are going to say, yeah, but what about mutants? The majority of mutants can blend in to normal society. Like if you saw Wolverine walking down the street, you might not recognize him as Wolverine. You might not put it together. That guy right there, he's a costumed superhero known as Wolverine. Thing could never blend in like that. And that's kind of what sticks out, in my opinion. At least to me. And I'm going somewhere with this, so, bear with me. You see, as I was growing up in the faith, in my Christianity, I knew so many people who were Sunday morning Christians or super Christians or whatever. They'd go to church, they'd be involved in the youth group. But the rest of their life wasn't changed, wasn't impacted, I think we all know, a couple of people like that. And it is my prayer, that for each and every one of you guys, you don't be like the other superheroes or the other super Christians. You be like the Thing. Sure, people might look at you weird for your beliefs, but never go back. Because he who has put his hand to the plow and turns back is unworthy. See, I pray that each and every one of you, despite how society or the world looks at you, I pray that the change Christ made in your heart is that permanent. Like Ben Grimm's change is, he will forever be the Thing. So, as we mourn the passing of this great artist, this great storyteller, I hope each and every one of you has some stories like that he's told that has spoke into your lives. But may your faith be as rock solid as the Thing. And may you never look back or change. That's all I got today. Peace.